So much drama. So juicy. What's up, everyone? It's Eternal here. More raid. So there's a lot of drama going on at the moment. Cartman, one of the Russian streamers, Russian players, YouTuber, I think, as well. Yeah, so there's a big load of drama. The Discord's still going nuts. So I went to sleep and the Discord was on a 5-minute slow mode. I've woken up and the Discord is still on a 5-minute slow mode. So I think that speaks for itself, really. Basically, a lot of players are not happy that a Dracomorph was given out. Yeah, okay. Like I personally, it doesn't affect me as an individual too much. It was one player given a Dracomorph. It's, you know. Other streamers have said they've been given heroes to test them out and stuff like that. Because obviously, if we, the player base, are able to see the streamers or YouTubers using a character, checking them out, you know, doing a guide on it, then it's kind of beneficial for us as well as, you know, they get the champion, which is cool. But this isn't really a video about that, so I'm not going to, you know, spend a lot of time on the topic. Still pretty tired, still waking up, still got my coffee. Okay, the coffee is gone. Now I'm just wishing I had another coffee. So something really exciting for me happened last night. I had a void shard and pulled myself another painkeeper. So I've got 3 painkeepers, a rush card, and then a filler spot. Now the filler spot's kind of interesting because I tried Venus, which went okay. And then I tried Kael, which went really well. Well, compared to Venus. So, you know, you heard it here. Kael is better than Venus. It's been confirmed, you know, debunked. Who needs a Venus anyway? Well, we all do, really. But, you know, for Clan Boss, certainly, in the Unkillable team, I was experimenting through a few keys at the ultimate Nightmare Clan Boss. Not really worth it, obviously. Nope. So I got it speed tuned for Ultimate Nightmare, but I just want to see quickly if I can, if that will translate to Nightmare as well, or if I need to change the speeds to like 171 rather than 191. I don't think I'm fast enough to lap the Clan Boss, so I think I'm okay. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and give it a go. I've got the speed of the Painkeepers above 191, but under 200. Kael is over 200. Rush card is exactly 191. So this is for Ultimate Nightmare Clan Boss, and then these girls, guys, whatever, girls, are all above 191, but all under 200, really. So they're all kind of similar. So the turn order is Kael, Painkeeper, 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 Rush card. And there's a little bit of setup as well. So I'll see if it works on Nightmare. I don't know. I might be too fast, so I need to take it off auto first. Take it off auto. And I've actually worked out... Oh, I clicked the wrong button. That's fine. So... Spectacular sweep. I don't want any turn meter boost there. So I come in, zone of protection, bam. Now if I run it on auto... what should happen is it'll all be okay. Well, this is where it comes down to the speed, because this is Ultimate Nightmare Clan Boss tuned. I don't want any of my team to be too fast and start lapping the Clan Boss or anything like that. I think I'm slow enough that that shouldn't happen, but we'll find out. See, Kael there. I think Kael might be a little bit too fast, so I might have to drop his speed down a touch. Yeah, Kael taking damage. Okay, so they're a little bit too fast, so that's kind of annoying, but to be expected. Because what happens now is the Clan Boss will take a turn before Rush card, I start taking damage, and it's all a bit bad. Okay, so that's fine. So I know that I do have to change the speed of this for Nightmare. So what I'll go ahead and do is probably just show you a run on Ultimate Nightmare, because this needs tuning down for Nightmare. Just a little bit irritating, but also to be expected. So that's fine. It's whatever. I wanted to give that a test and see if I was too fast. I am too fast. So, yeah, that's alright. But you can actually work out how long you can leave this running on auto by how long it takes the clan boss to use 3 abilities and then come around again. Because that's 3 turns, and currently Unkillable works for 150 turns. And if you go for any longer than that, the game basically eats itself. So, I'm going to have to burn a key there later, but that's fine. So what I'll do is I'll throw a key on Ultimate Nightmare. Right. So I worked out that this can run for 30 minutes on auto. I think I ended up, I'll do the math. It was like, I think it was 30, I want to say it was 38 seconds. And then I times that by 50, which gave me, no, hang on, it was less. 35 times 50, it was 1,800. So 36 seconds times 30, 36 seconds times 50 equals 1,800. So it's 36 seconds, so I've got 1,800 seconds. Now, you want to divide that by 60, and that gives me 30 minutes. So it's quite simple. So what you're doing is you're taking the amount of time it takes for the clan boss to use 3 turns and come back round. All you're doing is timesing that by 50, and then you end up with roughly how long you want to run this on auto before cancelling. Sweet. So I can run this for about 30 minutes now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this for 30 minutes. I'm going to then come back and I'll show you what kind of damage Kael's doing, because it is basically Kael at this point. I think I've got 1 toxic set on a Painkeeper, but I haven't got masteries done. Roshkard's masteries aren't even done. He's not in toxic or anything. Kael's actually in toxic, but what I'll do is I will show you the gear afterwards. I'll show you everything. I just want to, yeah, it's pretty exciting. Like I said, not tuned for Nightmare as we saw. It is tuned for Ultimate Nightmare, and I had this run for about 28 minutes last night before I exited out. So what I'm going to do is I'll try it for about 29 minutes and just make sure my calculations are right. An alternative is you can turn count, so you can count the clan boss's turns, like 150 turns from the start. But I didn't, I'm a bit lazy. So I just counted, you know, how long does it take for 3 turns, you know, for the clan boss to, from his stun all the way until he gets around to his stun again. I think it worked out about 36 seconds or something. Depends on the team, who you're using for your block damage or unkillable. Because I'm taking the poison damage, you'll see the ticks, so that makes everything take a little bit longer, as you can see. Look, the 0 goes all the way up. 0 goes all the way up, bit of a delay. So that adds time to the run. So you'll have to work this out for yourself, but the easy maths is, just to give you a rough idea, how long does it take for the clan boss to use 3 abilities and then to come back around to that ability? You times that by 50, because, you know, you get 150 rounds. And if you times 3 by 50, that's 150, so that should give you an idea. And then you divide it by 60, and that gives you the minutes, because that's in seconds. So it's pretty simple stuff, really. Yeah, I'll come back in 27 minutes, and we will see where this is damage-wise. Okay, so it's starting to come up to the 29-minute mark, just about to hit 28 minutes now. The cool thing about this is, as long as you're keeping tabs on the time, you can sort of go away, do something else, you know, do whatever you want. I just spent 25 minutes editing an image, you know, for instance. So you can, you can do other stuff at the computer whilst your run's on the go. Just make sure you do keep a little tab on the time. Like I said, I just had this running on the other monitor whilst I was working on this one, so that's quite nice. Not having to like play it manually is disgusting. Like the speed team I've been running for Nightmare, having to manual that or at least keep an eye on it is a bit of a pain. So, alright, almost 29 minutes. I'll let it hit 29. I'm pretty sure the 30-minute math is about right. So I'll let it let the clan boss take one more turn. Any second now. Come on. There we go. Right, so I will leave battle, and that should be somewhere over 20 million damage, I'm hoping. That was roughly what I got last time, but I don't know how much that fluctuates. Things like RNG, etc. I left it for 28 minutes last time, so 29 should be fine. But I think if I was pushing 30, that it might be a little bit tighter. Okay, so about the same sort of level of damage, a little bit more, like 500,000 more for a minute. Kael doing most of that, and Painkeeper actually doing a bit there with the poisons, so that goes to show that the toxic set definitely adds like 1 to 1.5-ish, 1 to 1, maybe 2 million even, damage over the run. So that's a 29-minute run. So what does that mean? Okay, so if we go to the Ultra Nightmare, so it's basically going to work out a key per chest. So that's a 4 key for Ultimate Nightmare at the moment. Now, you could get that down to, you could probably get that down to a 3 key with masteries and gear. However, because they're saying, Playroom have announced that they're going to nerf it, so once you get, at 50 turns, it's not going to work anymore, basically, and you'll die. So, is it still worth it? If you've got somebody better than a Kael, maybe it is. If you had a Dracomorph, for instance, like Cartman, yeah, maybe it is. But right now on Ultimate Nightmare, that's with a Kael, so I can definitely get more out of that, like an Aothar, a Dracomorph. Venus actually does less damage because she's placing her debuff and weaken. Then she gets stunned. Then it kind of goes around. She gets to throw two potential poisons, 5%. They're not landing a lot of the time, or one's landing, so it's not very good. Venus isn't very good for this. Doesn't really work. Kael actually ends up doing a lot more damage. I think Venus was on about... The run was taking a lot longer as well. It was like 39 minutes. Venus was just adding more animation time. So the run was longer, and I was doing less damage. So I had a little look, and I was like, maybe Kael is coming out of retirement for this one. And yeah, he basically is. But the good thing about that is, because I don't have to mess with Venus, I can actually put her gear back. So I'll actually have 2 separate teams. I'll have one for Nightmare, which is the speed team, and I'll have the Ultimate Nightmare team, the one that you've just seen. So actually, that might work out for the best. And I think she was wearing... Yeah, she's probably wearing that, wasn't she? So I can actually still run her in this team without messing with her speed for the Nightmare Clan boss, so I'll do that. And then I've got my Ultimate Nightmare Clan boss team where Kael is. Now, I can actually get more damage out of Kael because his accuracy is a bit low. So what I could do is, for instance, get this banner up. Now, I haven't really got the silver for it, so I'll have to farm a little bit of silver, but there are a few things I can do just to get a bit more accuracy. The Toxic set adds a decent amount of damage. It will actually, I would imagine it adds about 2 million damage to Kael. Now, if we look at Painkeeper, she was doing 1.7 million. Bearing in mind that she's not hitting every time. She's doing her combat tactics half of the time, and then she's doing her turn meter boost. So she's hitting half as often as Kael, so it would make sense for the damage to be roughly doubled from that. So I think about 2 million damage from the Toxic set on Kael makes sense. That would make sense to me. It does need higher accuracy for Ultimate Nightmare. The gear that I've gone for is Toxic and accuracy. The accuracy is set because his accuracy is low. I had enough speed, so I was like, right, get the Toxic set on him. At the moment, I've got attack gloves. I might benefit by changing that to crit, actually. So if I go down to Toxic, I don't think I've got any at the moment. I need to farm some Dragon up. Dragon needs a bit of farming. So, yeah, crit damage gloves are probably going to do more than attack. Attack chest, speed boots, and then decent amount of speed, just accuracy, all of that good stuff. Accuracy on the banner, like I said, need to boost this up. Great Hall's not fully maxed either for magic, so there's a lot of work to do there. That's Kael's setup. Roshguard, you could run him in Toxic as well, but it would just be a case of getting that 191 speed, so he's 1 speed faster than the clan boss. I've just put speed gear on him to accomplish that. None of his other stats are really of any importance. The only thing you want to make sure you're doing is, if you go through and do any masteries or anything, stay away from anything that will boost turn meter on all of these characters. So have a good look through your masteries. I actually haven't got masteries on the Pain Keepers. I think I picked up crit maybe. So actually, I can actually just go 5% crit, a little bit more damage there. And where's the other one? So you do have the option of increasing the damage a little bit by increasing the crit there. Just little things like that if you want to. Gear, she's in speed gear. As you can see, it's not upgraded. Pardon me. So if you can get some decent toxic pieces and get the stats that you're kind of looking for, so 196 speed, bit of accuracy, etc. Crit and crit damage, really I've gone for. I think I actually put crit gloves on her there just to boost that damage. Yep. But I give you, yeah, so the turn order, obviously Roshguard going last and then placing the blocks damage. So you might have seen some other videos on this. It's nothing special, but it's just the way that I'm doing it right now. So we're getting about 20 million damage. I can definitely push that damage higher. I haven't got a very good selection of poison champions. I think Kael Mobile ran this same comp, but he used Aothar instead of Kael. Because of this chance to place, he's actually losing out on a bit of damage. Have I got the sniper mastery on him? No. Okay, so I've actually. So I think I get a bit more damage if I picked up sniper here actually. So Master Hexer, sniper, drop the blood shield. Yeah, so that's what I would do in this scenario here actually. He's got kind of a dungeon setup here, so I can actually get more damage out of Methodical, bring it down, single out. Just more damage there. Ooh, he's actually got a turn meter boost. I need to get rid of that. Well, I need to burn gems for a reset. I also need to burn gem for clan boss. So yes, I do need to change Kael around. And that's fine. So yeah, that's kind of the team. So you've got Kael, Roshguard, 3 Pain Keepers. The setup is not perfect. I have only just started attempting it. I have not played with it a lot. It's not set up for Nightmare. This is set up for Ultimate Nightmare with the speed tuned for that. Like I said, and then I'll probably just use my speed team on Nightmare. Or I don't know, maybe I'll speed tune it for Nightmare for now because that's what we're running. I don't know, I'll have a little play, see what I think. For now, this is me, and what I might do is make another video and speed tune it for Nightmare. Because I think the damage will be higher, and then I just leave it on auto, and that's Nightmare done, right? That sounds easy. And Ultimate Nightmare, I'm having to spend so many keys on it at the moment, it doesn't seem worth it. So what I'll do is I'll speed tune this for Nightmare, make another video, and see how that goes, okay? But this is just a bit of a first look at kind of what I'm playing with, what I'm doing right now in Raid. And yeah, it'd be nice to have a Draco right about now, right? Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm just so glad I finally pulled the Pain Keeper. It's a bit of a shame it wasn't on camera because I was like pretty hyped, but it is what it is. I hope you have a wonderful weekend because we're kind of getting to that sort of time now. And I'll see you in the next video.